What's up, people? It's Spearman here once again with another film review. And happy Cinco de Mayo to everybody. Here I'm going to review this film about Ted Bundy that just came out on Netflix. It's called Shockingly Evil, or is it Shockingly Evil, Extremely Evil, and Vile? Something like that. But, anyways, this film is about Ted Bundy and his trial when he was in court, all the accusations of him murdering all these women he did in the 70s. And the story, well, this is a very interesting movie, but the story is very interesting because this whole movie was based on uh, the girl, one of Ted Bundy's girlfriends, Liz Kendall, and it's based on her book. She wrote a book about her time of her life with Ted Bundy, or that period of her life. And yeah, it's very interesting. How they meet. The story, the movie shows, it depicts how they meet and all the stuff that happens, and it kind of intercuts like real footage of the court trial and real footage of Ted Bundy, of the real Ted Bundy, and all the stuff that was happening back in those days. And the main focus though is on the whole relationship between Ted and Liz, and then when all the charges starting to appear, all these other people started coming out and accuse him. But it's very interesting. Like Liz kind of snitches on Ted Bundy, and this kind of sets off this whole wave of just people, just coming out and accusing him and stuff. And it's really the movie mostly takes place in the courtroom. We don't really see. I mean, I would have loved to see more of him. Actually, how like all the murders took place. But there is another film called Ted Bundy where it's more of him. Just finding his victims, how he would pick up his victims and how he would murder them and all that stuff. Um, but this was a totally different movie. This is more focused on the trial of Ted Bundy. So if you're looking for like gore and violence and all that, it's not in this film. Um, but it was still very interesting. This movie did drag a lot though, and I freaking hate Zac Efron. Zac Efron, I don't know. I never liked none of his movies, and he plays Ted Bundy in this film, and it's very like I don't know. I feel like it wasn't a good fit for him to play Ted Bundy because he's a horrible actor, and it's not even believable. He doesn't make a believable Ted Bundy. I mean, they should have just got the guy from the older Ted Bundy movie, or I don't know, somebody else. He just he just doesn't fit the role, and for that, I think this movie suffers a lot because it's mostly about him. He's playing the main role, but he really just it doesn't. You don't see him as Ted Bundy. It's not a very believable uh, character, for him. But yeah, everybody else though, like the way the movie looks, as far as the whole '70s look, very convincing, very good job. They really did a lot of good work with the whole details of everyone dressing like the '70s. You felt like you were in there. You felt like you were in the '70s when you watched the movie, and I like that. I'm still amazed at how they pull that off. In films like these. Um, and freaking Sheldon Cooper from from the Big Bang Theory is in this film. He plays one of these freaking lawyers and shit. And I was surprised to see him. I mean, freaking Jim Parsons, man, fucking doing these kind of films. I was really shocked, and I was like, what the hell is he doing in this film? He does an all right job though. Pretty convincing lawyer. Pretty good role for him. But yeah, that took me by surprise. Um, oh, and you do learn some facts I didn't know about Ted Bundy by the time the film ends. You end up learning some new facts about him. Don't want to say too much. I mean, you have to watch the film. Of course, this film is like what, almost like an hour and 44 minutes. I think it feels longer than that because you see, this film is very dialogue heavy. It's mostly talk, and you're not gonna see like no, what I'm saying, a lot of violence. It's a talk fest. So if you don't like those type of films, you might not like this film. And to be honest, I thought Yeah, everyone talks too much in this fucking film. I feel like they could have cut down the dialogue freaking in half or something, man. That's the main problem I have with this film. Oh yeah, and Zac Efron. But other than that, if you still want to watch it, go ahead. I would give this film a 6 out of 10, just because I'm really fascinated by this whole Ted Bundy, what he did. Like the whole serial killer thing. But to cast Zac Efron as Ted Bundy, yeah, man, not a good choice. Um, Acting from everybody else was good though, pretty believable. Cinematography is good. Everything else is good, but yeah, they could have got somebody else to play this character. It is a Netflix film, so take it how you want to take it. Um, if it ever comes out on DVD or whatever, I would pass on this. But if you could watch it for free on Netflix, go ahead. But I mean, it's not the perfect Ted Bundy movie for sure, man. There's better movies out there. Like I said, there's an older film. If you guys want to check out, I thought that film was better than this. But since it's a Netflix film, this film gets more hype. But yeah, that's what I thought about Shockingly Evil. You know the title. Very long title, but yeah, 100 subscribers. Peace.